A girl stood in the shadows, her heart racing as she watched the scene unfold before her. A group of kids had gathered, pointing and laughing at a boy in the center. He looked lost and alone. Her eyes widened as she recognized him, her younger brother. He was trembling, his face a mix of confusion and fear. She felt a surge of anger. Why are they doing this? She thought. Suddenly, she couldn't just stand by. Taking a deep breath, she stepped forward, her voice steady but firm. "Leave him alone," she shouted. The laughter stopped and all eyes turned to her. They smirked, their bravado wavering as they sized her up. "What are you gonna do about it?" one of them sneered. She felt her heart pounding, but she stood tall. "You'll regret it if you don't walk away." A moment of silence passed and then they backed off, muttering insults under their breath. She rushed to her brother, who was on the verge of tears. "Are you okay?" she asked, kneeling beside him. He nodded, but she could see the fear in his eyes. "They were so mean," he whispered. "It's okay now, I'm here," she reassured him, wrapping her arms around him. Days went by, but the memory lingered. At school, her brother had become quiet and withdrawn, and she felt a heavy weight in her chest. One afternoon she found him staring at the ground, lost in thought. "What's wrong?" she asked softly, sitting beside him. "I don't want to go back," he confessed, tears brimming in his eyes. Her heart ached for him. "You're strong. We'll face this together," she promised, squeezing his hand. At school the next day, she stood up for him again, confronting the bullies and demanding respect. "Leave him alone. He deserves better," she shouted, her voice fierce. To her surprise, a teacher overheard and stepped in, addressing the situation seriously. The bullies backed down, and her brother looked at her with gratitude. "Why did you do that?" he asked, his eyes wide. She smiled softly. "Because I'm your sister, and I'll always stand by you." In that moment, he understood he was never alone, and together, they would face whatever challenges came their way.